So for question 16, we have 5 minus x and take the absolute value of that equals 4. And so the two solutions for this would just be 4 equals 5 minus x and negative 4 equals 5 minus x, which subtracting 5 from both sides, you get negative 9 equals negative x, and negative 1 equals negative x. That means x is equal to positive 1 or positive 9. And it says the value of one solution is 1, so positive 1. So what is the value of the other solution? The other solution is 9. Question 17. Okay, so for question 17, we're given an equation and we're told c is a positive integer less than 5. What is one possible value for f of c? So basically, for this question, there's actually multiple answers that are accepted. What you have to do for this question is plug in c for x, where c is less than 5. So you can plug in 1, 2, 3, or 4 for x, and then give them the answer. In this case, I'm going to plug in 1 because that's probably the easiest. So 1 squared minus 4 times 1 plus 10. That gets us 1 minus 4 plus 10, which is equal to 7. So one of the correct answers you could have put is 7. Um, if we plug in some other value for C, for example, if we plug in 2, um, they would also accept that answer. So the three accepted answers for this question were 6, 7, and 10. So basically for this question, just plug in 1, 2, 3, or 4. They accept multiple answers for this question. Okay, question 18. Okay, so for question 18, um, we're told that students have to build a small and a large circuit. Each group must have enough resistors and capacitors to make one large and one small circuit at minimum. So a large circuit is four resistors and two capacitors, and a small circuit is three resistors and one capacitor. Well, since we know that they have to make one large and one small, that means they have to make both L plus S, so we can just add these two together. So that means they need, at minimum, each group needs seven resistors, because that's four plus three, and they also need three capacitors. Okay? And so now we're told that there's 100 resistors and 70 capacitors available in total. So um, we just take 100 resistors and divide by 7. And then we also take um, the 70 capacitors and divide by 3. This will give us how many total groups can be made with the amount of resistors and capacitors available. So 100 divided by 7 is about 14.3, and 70 divided by 3 is about 23.3. So with the number of resistors available, we can make 14.3 groups, and with the number of capacitors available, we can make 23.3 groups. Well, it says what is the maximum number of groups that can be made to work on this project? Well, that would just be the lower of these two numbers, which would be 14.3. But the thing is, you can't have zero point 0.3 of a group. You can only have like one group or two groups or three groups. So it has to be an integer number. So in this case, we would round down, which would get us 14 groups. Okay, so for question 19, it says an angle with a measure of 7 pi over 6 radians has a measure of d degrees. Well, first off, you could just automatically figure this out if you remember the thing, but I'm going to explain it in a slightly easier way. And so if we had 6 pi over 6 radians, well, this would just be equal to pi radians. How much is pi radians? Pi radians is 180 degrees because 2 pi is 360. So if pi is 180, then how much would be pi over 6? Well, that would just be 180 divided by 6, which would be 30 radians. So if we know that pi over 6 is 30 degrees, then what is 7 pi over 6? Well, we just take pi over 6 and multiply it by 7. So that means we would just have to take 30 and multiply that by 7. That would be 210 degrees. Okay, question 20. Okay, so for question 20, we're told that function f is defined by f of r equals r minus 4 times r plus 1 squared. If f of h minus 3 equals 0, what is one possible value of h? Well, h minus 3 is equal to r, and basically this is asking if f of r is equal to 0, what is one possible value of h? Well, if f of r is equal to 0, that means um, one of these two has to be equal to 0 because multiplying anything by 0 is always equal to 0. So r minus 4 has to be equal to 0, or r plus 1 squared has to be equal to 0. Well, that would mean that r is equal to 4, or r is equal to -1. That's supposed to be a 0. Okay. So that means r is either equal to 4 or r is equal to -1. And we know that h minus 3 is equal to r. So we just set those equal to each other. H minus 3 equals 4. H minus 3 equals -1. So that would mean h is equal to 7, or h is equal to 2. And so for this question, you could have put either of these answers as the correct answer. They accepted both. I'm just going to circle this one because why not? But both of these are correct answers that they did accept. 7 and 2. Okay, we're going to move on to the calculator section. You are allowed to use your calculator on these. We're going to start with question one. All right, so for question one, if m is 3, how much greater is 10m than 6m? You just plug in. So 10 times 3 is 30, and 6 times 3 is 18. How much greater is 10m? So 30 minus 18 is equal to 12. So the correct answer is answer choice C. Okay, question two. Okay, so for question two, we're told that the temperature decreases rapidly at first and then decreases more slowly as the object's temperature approaches the temperature of the room. So, well, first off, we know that it decreases and it decreases, so that means it can't have a positive slope, so it can't be B or C. And we're told that it decreases rapidly at first, so big decreases at the beginning and then it slowly levels out. So the correct answer is answer choice A. For answer choice C, it decreases slowly at first and then quickly later. So can't be that. So the correct answer is answer choice A. Okay, question three. Okay, so for question 3, it says which of the following values of x is the solution to the equation above? Well, a simple way to do this is first of all, no matter if you plug in an integer for x on the left, the right side has to always be an integer, either positive or negative. So that means this has to be a perfect square. So if we plug in -1, we would get √9. That could be potentially true. If we plug in 1, we would get √11. That can never be an integer. √14 can't be an integer, and √16 can be an integer. So now we just have to check A and D. So if we plug in A, we get -1 minus 2 equals √9, which would just be 3. So -1 minus 2 is -3 equals +3. Well, -3 does not equal +3, so the correct answer is not A. Let's just check D. So that would be 6 minus 2 equals √16, which would just be 4 equals 4. That is correct. So the correct answer is D. Okay, question 4. Okay, so for question 4. We're told 800 students attended the career fair. This year, the number of students who attended increased by 5%. So that means it has to be a larger number than 800. How many students attended the career fair this year? Well, that would just be 800 times 1.05, because you had 100% from the original 800 and then it increased by 5%, so plus 0.05. So that's 1.05. You can plug this into your calculator or do this in your head, but this would be 840. So the correct answer is in choice C. Okay, question 5. Okay, so for question 5, we're told how many more grams of protein are in 1 pound of pumpkin seeds than 1 pound of pistachios, and we're told 1 pound is 16 ounces, and we're told that this table is for 1 ounce servings, so we have to take pumpkin seeds, what is it? Protein. So protein in pumpkin seeds, which is 8.5 times 16, so 8.5 times 16, and then we have to take that and then subtract it from pistachio, right? 1 pound of pistachios and pumpkin seeds, yeah. So pistachio, which would be 3 times the 16, you got us pounds, so 8.5 times 16 is 136 minus um, the amount in pistachios, which is 3 times 16, which would be 48. So 136 minus 48 equals 88. So the correct answer is answer C. There are um, 88 more grams of protein in 1 pound of pumpkin seeds than in 1 pound of pistachios. Because this is asking how many more grams, not the total. Okay. Um, question 6 is on another page, so I don't really know how I'm going to show you the table. I guess I can maybe write some of these down. Um, purchases 1 pound bags. So let me write that down. Um, okay. Of each of the 5 seeds and nuts of which of the following, which best approximates the average number of calories per bag? So, so average calories per bag, and 1 pound is 16 ounces as usual. Okay. So I just put that information here on the table. So basically, um, you have 1 pound bags again, and so one pound is 16 ounces as usual. And it's asking us what is the average number of calories. So I'll give you a minute to solve that. Okay, so for question 6, these are the four answer choices. So we're told that there's 1 pound bag, which is 16 ounces, and we're asked for the average number of calories. So what we would do is just we would take these calories, average them by adding all of them together, and then dividing by 5, and then multiplying that answer by 16 to get it in 1 pound bags. So this would be 198 plus 80 plus 159 plus 166 plus 185. And then take all that and divide by 5, which gets us 198 plus 159 plus 166 plus 185 divided by 5. About 157. And then we just take that and multiply by 16, which gets us, so 157.6 multiplied by 16 gets us 2521.6, which is closest to answer choice D, 2500. So, yeah, because it says approximates the average, which would be D. Okay, question 7. So for question 7, it says it initially contains 1385 cubic feet of water, so the initial value has to be 1385, which is the same for all the answers. And it says a pump begins emptying the water at a constant rate of 20 cubic feet per meter, so that means it has to be minus some value. And it says it's 20 cubic feet per minute, so that would be minus 20t, where t is between 0 and 69 minutes. So the correct answer is answer is A. Okay, question 8. So for question 8, we're told that each medium drink cost $1.85, and each large drink costs C more dollars than a medium drink. They bought five medium drinks and five large drinks for a total of $20.50. What is the value of C? Well, we know that a large drink costs C more dollars, not C dollars. So that would mean that a large drink would just be 1.85 plus C. This would be the cost of a large drink. 1.85 plus C. So if they bought five medium drinks and five large drinks, well, that would just be 10 total drinks times 1.85 plus five large drinks times C, the constant value. So we're told that this equals 20.5. So we just now have to subtract. So 20.5 minus 18.5 equals 5C. This would be 2 equals 5C, which would mean that C is equal to 40 cents, or yeah, 40 cents or $0.4. So the correct answer is in choice B. Okay, question 9. Okay, so for question 9, we're told that for every bus they ride, $1.80 is subtracted from the value of the pass, which is 90. What percent of the initial value is the cost of one bus ride? Well, that would just be 1.8 over 90, which would get us 0.02. 0.02 is the same thing as 2%. So the correct answer is in choice B. Okay, question 10. Okay, so for question 10, um, we're told that they want to determine whether residents of a community would vote in favor of some proposal, blah, blah, blah. And then they surveyed 60 adults visiting the park with their children during a specific week in June. And so basically the question is, can we even extrapolate this sample to all residents in a community? To which the answer is no. The sampling method is flawed and may produce biased results. There are lots of people who don't have children. There's also lots of people who don't visit the park. And there's also lots of people who might not be there in June. So we can't extrapolate this to all residents in a community. Okay, question 11. Okay, so for question 11, we have x to the fourth minus y to the fourth equals negative 15, and x squared minus y squared equals negative 3. We're asked to find x squared plus y squared. Well, one thing we know is that x squared minus y squared multiplied by x squared plus y squared is equal to x to the fourth minus y to the fourth. Because x squared minus y squared times x squared plus y squared will always be equal to x to the fourth minus y to the fourth. You can solve this out if you want, but this is what it's equal to. And so, based on that information, if we want to solve for x squared plus y squared, well, we can just take x to the fourth minus y to the fourth and divide by this, x squared minus y squared. So that would just be x to the fourth minus y to the fourth over x squared minus y squared, um, which we are given values for that, which would be negative 15 over negative 3, which would get us an answer of 5. So the correct answer is in choice A. Okay, question 12. Okay, so for question 12, we're told that something about a cable company and a scatter plot where X represents a number of years since 1987, and Y is the percentage of households with cable TV, and the line of best fit is shown. And the question asks us which of the following is closest to the equation of the line of best fit shown. So we have a intercept of 54. So it would be plus 54 for the intercept. So, well, I mean, that automatically just gives us C because this is minus 54. This is plus 7/5, and this is just 7/5. But let's also just check the slope. I mean, you don't really have to do this, but uh, every time x increases by 1, y increases by 7/5. Well, yeah, that seems approximately right. So, yep, the correct answer is in choice C. and it's 11:30, so
We'll we'll continue with the next questions on next Sunday. Thank you everybody for joining us. Bye bye. Have a wonderful weekend.